The Tesla Roadster is a battery electric vehicle sports car produced by the electric car firm Tesla Motors in California between 2008 and 2012. The Roadster was the first highway-capable all-electric vehicle in serial production for sale in the United States in recent times. Since 2008, Tesla has sold more than 2,400 Roadsters in 31 countries through September 2012. And most of the remaining Tesla Roadsters were sold in Europe and Asia during the fourth quarter of 2012. Tesla began producing right-hand drive Roadsters in early 2010. The Roadster had a 2010 base price of $109,000 in the United States, bar £86,950 in the United Kingdom, $191,888 in Australia, and $84,000 in continental Europe. As an electric vehicle, the Roadster qualified for several government incentives in many nations. The Roadster was the first production automobile to use lithium-ion battery cells and the first production BEV to travel more than 200 miles per charge. The world distance record of 501 km for a production electric car on a single charge was set by a Roadster on October 27, 2009, during the Global Green Challenge in Outback Australia, in which it averaged a speed of 25 mph. In March 2010, a Tesla Roadster became the first electric vehicle to win the Monte Carlo Alternative Energy Rally and the first to win any Fédération Internationale de l'Automobile Sanction Championship when a Roadster driven by former Formula One driver Rick Comas beat 96 competitors for range, efficiency and performance in the three-day, nearly 1,000-kilometer challenge. According to the US EPA, the Roadster can travel 244 miles on a single charge of its lithium-ion battery pack, and can accelerate from 0 to 60 mph in 3.7 or 3.9 seconds depending on the model. The Roadster's efficiency, as of September 2008, was reported as 120 mpgge. It uses 135 watt-hours per kilometer battery to wheel, and has an efficiency of 88% on average. History: the car was officially revealed to the public on July 19, 2006, in Santa Monica, California, at a 350-person invitation-only event held in Barker Hangar at Santa Monica Airport. The San Francisco International Auto Show, held on November 18, 26, 2006, was the Tesla Roadster's first auto show. Tesla Roadsters have been featured in numerous subsequent auto shows, including international shows in Los Angeles, Detroit and Frankfurt. The first Tesla Roadster was delivered in February 2008 to Tesla co-founder, chairman and product architect Elon Musk. The company produced 500 similar vehicles through June 2009. In July 2009, Tesla began production of its 2010 model year Roadster, the first major product upgrade since Tesla began production in 2008. Simultaneously, Tesla began producing the Roadster Sport, the first derivative of Tesla's proprietary, patented powertrain. The car accelerates from 0 to 60 mph in 3.7 seconds, compared to 3.9 seconds for the standard Roadster. Changes for the 2010 model year cars include, an upgraded interior and push-button gear selector, including executive interior of exposed carbon fiber and premium leather, and clear-coat carbon fiber body accents. Locking, push-button glove box wrapped in leather. A centrally mounted video display screen to monitor real-time data, including estimated range, power regenerated, and the number of barrels of oil saved. This convenient screen is visible to the driver and passenger. Adjustable, custom-tuned suspension. The shock absorber's response and anti-sway bars are manually adjustable. More powerful and immediate heating, ventilation and air conditioning. More efficient motor and hand-wound stator. The new motor generates more kilowatts per ampere more mechanical power than the predecessor. A suite of sound deadening measures to dramatically reduce noise, vibration and harshness. For instance, engineers added pellets to a member of the chassis side rail. These pellets expand by 50 times original volume during the adhesive heating cycle to eliminate rattles. All of these features, except for the motor, were available either as standard or as add-on option for the non-sport model. Beginning mid-March 2010, Tesla Motors, in an effort to show off the practicality of its electric cars, sent one of its Roadsters around the world. Starting at the Geneva Auto Show, the Roadster completed its journey upon its arrival in Paris on September 28, 2010. In July 2010, Tesla introduced the Roadster 2.5, the latest update to the Roadster. New features in Roadster 2.5 include, a new look, which includes a new front fascia with diffusing vents, and rear diffuser reflecting the future of Tesla design, directional forged wheels available in both silver and black, new seats with improved comfort, larger more supportive bolsters and a new lumbar support system, power control hardware that enables spirited driving in exceptionally hot climates, an optional 7 inches touchscreen display with backup camera, improved interior sound reduction including new front fender liner material make the cabin quieter. The Roadster was the most expensive single prize ever offered to date on The Price is Right, in a playing of Golden Road on April 22, 2010, in celebration of Earth Day. It was not €1 according to the show, its price was $112,845. A Roadster was used as a promotional tool for sustainable energy. Tesla produced the Roadster until January 2012, when its supply of Lotus gliders ran out, as its contract with Lotus Cars for 2,500 gliders expired at the end of 2011. Tesla stopped taking orders for the Roadster in the U.S. market in August 2011. The next generation is expected to be introduced by 2018 and will not be based on the Lotus gliders but instead on a shortened version of the architecture developed for the Tesla Model S featuring new options and enhanced components. The 2012 Tesla Roadster is being sold in limited numbers only in Europe, Asia and Australia. Tesla's U.S. exemption for not having special two-stage passenger airbags expired for cars made after the end of 2011, so the last Roadsters could not be sold in the American market. Also, a total of 15 final edition Roadsters were produced to close the manufacturing cycle of Tesla's first electric car. As of June 2012, the Roadster remained on sale in Europe and Asia, and as of December 2012, inventories were not yet depleted. Development. The Roadster was developed by Tesla Motors to mass-produce AC propulsion's Zero concept car. The production idea was conceived by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning, who incorporated Tesla Motors in Delaware on July 1, 2003, to pursue the idea commercially. South African-born entrepreneur Elon Musk took an active role within the company starting in 2004, including investing $7.5 million, overseeing Roadster product design from the beginning, and greatly expanding Tesla's long-term strategic sales goals to include developing mainstream vehicles after the sports car. Musk became Tesla's chairman of the board in April 2004 and had helped recruit J.B. Straubel as chief technology officer in March 2004. Musk received the Global Green 2006 Product Design Award for the design of the Tesla Roadster, presented by Mikhail Gorbachev, and he received the 2007 Index Design Award for the design of the Tesla Roadster. Before Tesla had developed the Roadster's proprietary powertrain, the company licensed AC Propulsion's EV power system design and reductive charging patent, which covers integration of the charging electronics with the inverter, thus reducing mass, complexity, and cost. Tesla then designed and built its own power electronics, motor, and other drivetrain components that incorporated this licensed technology from AC Propulsion. Given the extensive redevelopment of the vehicle, Tesla Motors no longer licenses any proprietary technology from AC Propulsion. The Roadster's powertrain is unique. On July 11, 2005, Tesla and British sports car maker Lotus entered an agreement about products and services based on the Lotus Elise, where Lotus provided advice on designing and developing a vehicle as well as producing partly assembled vehicles, and amended in 2009. Helped with basic chassis development. The Roadster has a parts overlap of roughly 6% with the Lotus Elise. Tesla's designers chose to construct the body panels using resin transfer molded carbon fiber composite to minimize weight. This choice makes the Roadster one of the least expensive cars with an entirely carbon fiber skin. Several prototypes of the Tesla Roadster were produced from 2004 through 2007. Initial studies were done in 2 test mule vehicles based on Lotus Elises equipped with all-electric drive systems. 10 engineering prototypes which led to many minor changes were then built and tested in late 2006 and early 2007. Tesla then produced at least 26 validation prototypes which were delivered beginning in March 2007. These final revisions were endurance and crash tested in preparation for series production. In August 2007, Martin Eberhard was replaced by an interim CEO, Michael Marks. Marks accepted the temporary position while a recruitment was undertaken. In December 2007, Zeev Jorai became the CEO and president of Tesla Motors. In October 2008, Musk succeeded Zeev Jorai as CEO. Jorai became vice chairman and left the company in December. In January 2008, the U.S. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration announced that it would grant a waiver of the advanced airbag rule, noting that the Tesla Roadster already includes standard airbags. Similar waivers have been granted to many other small-volume manufacturers as well, including Lotus, Ferrari, and Bugatti. Tesla delivered its first production car in February 2008 to Musk. Tesla announced in early August 2009 that Roadster sales had resulted in overall corporate profitability for the month of July 2009. The company said it earned approximately $1 million on revenue of $20 million. Profitability arose primarily from improved gross margin on the 2010 Roadster, the second iteration of Tesla Euro unregistered trademark S award-winning sports car. Tesla, which like all automakers records revenue when products are delivered, shipped a record 109 vehicles in July and reported a surge in new Roadster purchases. Tesla, which signed a production contract with Group Lotus in 2007 to produce gliders for the Roadster, announced in early 2010 that Roadster production would continue until early 2012, in part due to tooling changes at Lotus assembly plant in the UK. Production. Tesla cumulative production of the Roadster reached 1,000 cars in January 2010. The Roadster is an American car with a vehicle identification number common to all cars considered American manufactured, but it has parts from around the world. The body panels come from French supplier Selector. These are sent from France to Hethel, UK, where Tesla contracts with Lotus to build the Roadster's unique chassis. The Roadster shares roughly 6% of its components with the Lotus Elise. Shared components include the windshield, airbags, some tires, some dashboard parts, and suspension components. The Roadster's single-speed gearbox is made in Detroit to Tesla's specifications by Auburn Hills, Michigan-based supplier BorgWarner. Brakes and airbags are made by Siemens in Germany, and some crash testing was conducted at Siemens as well. For Roadsters bound for customers in North America, the chassis is then sent to Menlo Park, California, for final assembly. For Roadsters bound for customers in Europe or elsewhere outside of North America, the chassis is sent to a facility near Hethel, UK, for final assembly. At these final assembly locations, Tesla employees install the entire powertrain, which consists of the battery pack, power electronics module, gearbox and motor. Tesla also performs rigorous pre-delivery inspection on every car before customers take ownership. Tesla ordered 2,500 gliders from Lotus, which ended supplies in December 2011 when their contract expired. Tesla ended production of the Roadster in January 2012. Timeline. Subsequent to completion of production car number 1 at Hethel, the company announced problems with transmission reliability. The development transmission, with first gear enabled to accelerate 0 to 60 mph in 4 seconds, was reported to have a life expectancy of as low as only a few thousand miles. Tesla Motors' first 2 transmission suppliers were unable to produce transmissions, in quantity, that could withstand the gear shift requirements of a high-torque, high RPM electric motor. In December 2007, Tesla Motors announced plans to ship the initial Roadsters with the transmissions locked into second gear to provide 0 to 60 mph acceleration in 5.7 seconds. The first production car was not delivered with this interim solution. P1 has both transmission gears enabled. According to the plan, the initial transmissions were to be swapped out under warranty when the finalized transmission, power electronics module, and cooling system became available. The EPA range of the car was also restated downward from 245 to 221 miles. The downward revision was attributed to an error in equipment calibration at the laboratory that conducted the original test. During the first 2 months of production, Tesla produced a total of 3 Roadsters. Production car number 1 and P2 were built prior to the start of regular series production, which began March 17, 2008. By September 10, 2008, Tesla had delivered 27 of the cars to customers. It was also reported that a newer, better transmission had been developed and that production of the car was hoped to reach 20 per week by December 2008, and 40 per week by March 2009. Over the next 20 days, however, only 3 more cars had been delivered to customers, which brought the total to 30 as of September 30, 2008. By November 19, 2008, more than 70 of the cars had been delivered to customers. By December 9, 2008, the 100th car had been delivered to its customer. By February 11, 2009, 200 Roadsters had been produced. By April 2, 2009, 320 Roadsters had been delivered. In May 2009, Tesla issued a safety recall for all 345 of its Roadsters that were manufactured before April 22, 2009. Tesla sent technicians to customers' homes to tighten the rear, inner hub flange bolts. Tesla Motors told customers that without this adjustment, the driver could lose control of the car and crash. The problem originated at the Lotus assembly line that builds the Roadster, and Lotus is also recalling some of its own vehicles. Tesla reminded customers that millions of cars are recalled every year. By the end of May 2009, the 500th Roadster had been delivered. Tesla made its first profit ever in July 2009, when it shipped 109 vehicles, the most ever so far for a single month. By September 15, 2009, 700 Roadsters had been delivered. Tesla announced on January 13, 2010, that it had produced its 1,000th Roadster. The company has delivered vehicles to customers in 43 states and 21 countries worldwide. In 2009, Tesla began taking orders from customers in Canada, and Canadian deliveries began in February 2010. In January 2010, Tesla began producing its first right-hand drive Roadsters for the UK and Ireland. The 2010 model year right-hand drive Roadster includes a suite of unique noise reduction materials and an upgraded sound system. The Roadster starts at £86,950 and costs about 1.5p per mile. On January 29, 2010, in a Form S-1 filing of its preliminary prospectus with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the company stated that it would halt production of the Roadster in 2011 and replace it with a new model which would not be introduced until 2013 at the earliest. We do not plan to sell our current generation Tesla Roadster after 2011 due to planned tooling changes at a supplier for the Tesla Roadster, and we do not currently plan to begin selling our next generation Tesla Roadster until at least 1 year after the launch of the Model S, which is not expected to be in production until 2012. On March 16, 2010, Tesla Motors announced that it had negotiated agreements with key suppliers that will increase total Roadster production by 40% and extend sales into 2012, also indicating that it would expand into the Asian and Australian markets by 2011. On December 2, 2010, Tesla had delivered more than 1,400 Roadsters. On September 28, 2011, Tesla delivered its 100th Roadster in Switzerland. Production ended in January 2012 and no longer available for sale in the US after December 2011. More than 2,418 units were sold worldwide through September 2012. The remaining cars were available for sale only in Europe and Asia. Most of the remaining Tesla Roadsters were sold during the fourth quarter of 2012. Tesla Motors had built approximately 2,600 Roadsters by the conclusion of its production. Special Final Edition, Tesla produced a special edition of 15 final edition Roadsters to close the production cycle of the electric car. The 15 special edition cars will be sold in each of the 3 sales regions, North America, Europe and Asia, and 5 units will be allocated to each. The final edition Roadster does not have any performance modifications, but features sporting atomic red paint, a duo of dark silver stripes on its hood and rear clamshell, and exclusive anthracite aluminum wheels. Sales: Tesla delivered approximately 2,450 Roadsters worldwide between 2008 and December 2012. Featuring new options and enhanced features, the 2012 Tesla Roadster was sold in limited numbers only in Europe, Asia and Australia, and as of July 2012, less than 140 units were available for sale in Europe and Asia before the remaining inventory would be sold out. Tesla's U.S. exemption for not having special 2-stage passenger airbags expired for cars made after the end of 2011, so the last Roadsters were not sold in the American market due to regulatory reasons. United States: the base price for the 2010 models, which began shipping to customers in July 2009, was $109,000. The Roadster has a bumper-to-bumper 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. Tesla also offers an extended powertrain warranty and a battery replacement warranty. Options ranging from colors to audio to high-power connectors for faster charging will increase the price. In July 2009, Tesla announced that U.S. consumers could finance the Roadster through Bank of America. Financing is available for up to 75% of the total vehicle purchase price. A customer approved for a 5-year financing term on a base Roadster could put down as little as $20,000 before taxes and net of the U.S. federal tax credit. The monthly payment would be approximately $1,700 at a 5% annual percentage rate. That monthly payment is typical for high performance, although the Roadster costs roughly $4 to refuel and does not require traditional automotive maintenance, like fluid, belt, and spark plug changes. Unlike internal combustion engines, Teslas get a 100% waiver on sales, luxury and use taxes in at least 4 states, and they qualify for commuter lane privileges, free parking and free charging in many regions. Tesla sells Roadsters directly to customers. It sells online, in 13 showrooms and over toll-free phone lines in North America and Europe. Tesla does not operate through franchise dealerships but operates company-owned stores. The company has said that it takes its retail cues from Apple, Starbucks and other non-automotive retailers. Outside the United States, the company has been shipping cars to European customers since mid-2009. Tesla sold out of his EU Special Edition vehicle, which had a 2010 model year production run of 250 cars, with a base price of $99,000. A total of 575 units have been sold in Europe through October 2012. Tesla opened a showroom in London, its first outside the US, on June 25, 2009, and announced at the same time that it would start building right-hand drive models from early 2010. Tesla opened a store in Munich in September 2009 and a store in Monaco in November 2009. It opened stores in Zurich and Copenhagen in the summer of 2010 and in Milan in February 2011. Reservations for the 2010 Roadster were available for a $3,000 refundable reservation fee. As of May 8, 2012, Hans-Georg von Gemingen of Karlsruhe/Germany drove his Tesla Roadster 205,711 kilometers in 4 years, this being the mileage world record for all electric vehicles. Kevin Yu, the director of Tesla Motors Asia Pacific, said that Roadsters are sold in Japanese showrooms at an average price between a 12.8 million yen and a 20 million yen. Japanese buyers are liable for additional yearly taxes due to the fact that the Roadster exceeds Japanese government dimension regulations in the width category. Service. Whereas vehicles with internal combustion engines require more frequent service for oil changes and routine maintenance on engine components and other related systems, Tesla's website recommends the owner bring the vehicle in for service once a year or every 12,000 miles. For other concerns with Tesla's all-electric powertrain, Tesla has created a mobile service unit that dispatches company-trained technicians to customers' homes or offices in case the owner is experiencing problems. Tesla charges the customer according to the distance the service unit needs to travel, $1 per mile round trip with a $100 minimum. Technicians drive company vans equipped with numerous tools and testing equipment to do in-the-field repairs, enhancements and software upgrades. Tesla debuted its house call approach in the spring of 2009, when the company announced a recall due to a manufacturing problem in the Lotus assembly plant, which also affected the Lotus Elise and other models from the British sports car maker. The first Tesla Motors service center, in Los Angeles, California, was opened on Santa Monica Boulevard on May 1, 2008. Tesla Motors publicly opened their second showroom and service area in Menlo Park, California on July 22, 2008. The Menlo Park location is also the final assembly area for Tesla Roadsters. Tesla also operates service centers in New York City, Miami, Chicago, and Seattle. Tesla plans to build additional service centers over the next few years to support sales of its next vehicle, the Model S sports sedan. Planning is underway for an additional 15 service centers in United States major metropolitan locations. Possible locations for sales and service locations in Europe were announced in a letter to customers in May 2008. Specifications: Motor. The Roadster is powered by a 3-phase, 4-pole, induction electric motor with a maximum output power of 248 HP. Its maximum torque of 200 lb-ft is immediately available and remains constant from 0 to 6,000 rpms. Nearly instantaneous torque is a common design feature of electric motors and offers one of the biggest performance differences from internal combustion engines. The motor is air-cooled and does not need a liquid cooling system. The sport model introduced during the 2009 Detroit Auto Show includes a motor with a higher density, hand wound stator that produces a maximum of 288 HP. Both motors are designed for rotational speeds of up to 14,000 rpms, and the regular motor delivers a typical efficiency of 88% or 90%. 80% at peak power. It weighs less than 70 pounds. Transmission. Starting in September 2008, Tesla Motors selected Borg-Warner to manufacture gearboxes and began equipping all Roadsters with a single-speed, fixed-gear gearbox with an electrically actuated parking pole mechanism and a mechanical lubrication pump. The company previously worked with several companies, including Xtrac and Magna International, to find the right automatic transmission, but a 2-gear solution proved to be too challenging. This led to substantial delays in production. At the town hall meeting with owners in December 2007, Tesla announced plans to ship the initial 2008 Roadsters with their interim Magna 2-speed direct-shift manual transmissions locked into second gear, limiting the performance of the car to less than what was originally stated in 5.7 seconds instead of the announced 4.0 seconds. Tesla also announced it would upgrade those transmissions under warranty when the final transmission became available. At the town hall meeting with owners on January 30, 2008, Tesla Motors described the planned transmission upgrade as a single-speed gearbox with a drive ratio of 8.27 to 1 combined with improved electronics and motor cooling that retain the acceleration from 0 to 60 mph in under 4 seconds and an improved motor limit of 14,000 rpms to retain the 125 mph top speed. The upgraded system also improved the maximum torque from 200 to 280 lb-ft and improves the Roadster's quarter-mile times. Gear Selector. In the interior, the gear selector is similar to a push-button automatic with buttons labeled P, R, N and D, while some earlier models have a gear lever similar to that in cars with manual transmission. Performance. The Roadster 0 to 60 mph acceleration time is 3.9 seconds for the standard model and 3.7 seconds for the 2010 Sport model. Motor Trend, which performed the first independent instrumented testing of the Roadster Sport, confirmed the company's reported 0 to 60 mph time of 3.7 seconds. Motor Trend recorded 0 to 60 mph of 3.70 seconds. It recorded a 4-mile test at 12.6 seconds, giving 102.6 mph. The top speed is electronically limited to 125 mph. The Roadster covers the 4-mile drag strip in 12.757 seconds at 104.74 mph. It weighs about 2,700 lb and is rear-wheel drive. Most of the car's weight is centered in front of the rear axle. Its body style and smooth underbody result in a CD of 0.35. Tesla began delivering the higher-performance sport version of the Roadster in July 2009. The Roadster Sport has adjustable dampers and a new hand-wound motor, capable of 0 to 60 mph in 3.7 seconds. Scotty Polakek, a high-performance driver for Kilocycle, drove a 2010 Tesla Roadster Sport at the Wayland Invitational Drag Race in Portland, Oregon, in July 2009. He did a quarter-mile in dry conditions in 12.643 seconds, setting a new record in the National Electric Drag Racing Association among the SPA3 class of vehicles. The Epa Combined Range measured in February 2008 for early production Roadsters was 231 mi city, 224 mi highway, and 227 mi combined. In August 2008, additional testing with the newer powertrain 1.5 resulted in an Epa combined range of 244 mi. The vehicle set a new distance record when it completed the 241-mile Rally Monte Carlo Energy's alternatives with 36 miles left on the charge. Simon Hackett and Emilis Prigorskis broke the distance record for an electric vehicle, driving 501 km from Alice Springs to Marla, South Australia, in Simon's Tesla Roadster. The car had about 4.8 km of range left when the drive was completed. Battery system. Tesla Motors refers to the Roadster's battery pack as the Energy Storage System or ESS. The ESS contains 6,831 lithium-ion cells arranged into 11 sheets connected in series. Each sheet contains 9 bricks connected in series. Each brick contains 69 cells connected in parallel. The cells are of the 18,650 form factor commonly found in laptop batteries. Sources disagree on the exact type of Li-ion cells. A Euro-Green car says lithium cobalt oxide, while researchers at DTUINESC Porto state lithium manganese oxide. LiCo has higher reaction energy during thermal runaway than LMO. The pack is designed to prevent catastrophic cell failures from propagating to adjacent cells, even when the cooling system is off. Coolant is pumped continuously through the ESS both when the car is running and when the car is turned off if the pack retains more than a 90% charge. The coolant pump draws 146 watts. A full recharge of the battery system requires 3.5 hours using the high-power connector which supplies 70 amp, 240 volt electricity. In practice, recharge cycles usually start from a partially charged state and require less time. A fully charged ESS stores approximately 53 kilowatt-hours of electrical energy at a nominal 375 volts and weighs 992 lb. Tesla Motors stated in February 2009 that the current replacement cost of the ESS is slightly under $36,000, with an expected lifespan of 7 years/100,000 mi, and began offering owners an option to pre-purchase a battery replacement for $12,000 today with a replacement to be delivered after 7 years. The ESS is expected to retain 70% capacity after 5 years and 50,000 miles of driving driven each year. However, a July 2013 study found that even after 100,000 miles, Roadster batteries still have 80% to €85% capacity, and the only significant factor is mileage. Tesla Motors provides a 3-year/36,000-mile warranty on the Roadster with an optional 4-year/50,000-mile extended warranty available at an additional cost. A non-ESS warranty extension is available for $5,000 and adds another 3/36 to the coverage of components, excluding the ESS, for a total of 6 years for $72,000 mi. Tesla Motors announced plans to sell the battery system to TH&K and possibly others through its Tesla Energy Group division. The Th. NK plans were put on hold by interim CEO Michael Marks in September 2007. NK now obtains their lithium-ion batteries from Enidel. If the battery is allowed to become completely discharged, it will be irretrievably damaged, and the only option is to replace it at a cost of $40,000. Neither insurance nor warranty will cover this cost. It has to be met out of the owner's own pocket. Recharging: the Tesla Roadster uses a proprietary charging connector, although Tesla sells a mobile adapter that enables recharging with an SAE J1772-2009 connector. The vehicle can be recharged using a wall-mounted 280 Euro 240 AV, 70 OA maximum current home connector. This appears to be an OEM version of the TS70 charging station from Clipper Creek. A portable 120 Euro 240 AV, 40 A maximum current universal mobile connector cable that can plug into an EMA14 Euro 50 receptacle and other 240V receptacles using adapters. A portable 120 AV, 15 A maximum current spare mobile connector cable that plugs into a standard North American domestic socket. Charging times vary depending on the ESS's state of charge, the available voltage, and the available circuit breaker amp rating. In a best-case scenario using a 240V charger on a 90A circuit breaker, Tesla documents a recharging rate of 56 miles of range for each hour charging. A complete recharge from empty would require just under 4 hours. The slowest charging rate using a 120V outlet on a 15A circuit breaker would add 5 miles of range for each hour charging. A complete recharge from empty would require 48 hours. Energy efficiency: in June 2006, Tesla Motors reported the Roadster's battery-to-wheel efficiency as 110 Wh per kilometer on an unspecified driving layer Euro, either a constant 60 mph, or SAE J1634 tester Euro, and stated a charging efficiency of 86% for an overall plug-to-wheel efficiency of 128 Wh per kilometer. In March 2007, Tesla Motors reported the Roadster's efficiency on the EPA highway cycle as 135 mpg, US equivalent, per the conversion rate used by the EPA, or 133 Wh per kilometer battery-to-wheel and 155 Wh per kilometer plug-to-wheel. The official U.S. window sticker of the 2009 Tesla Roadster showed an EPA-rated energy consumption of 32 kilowatts HRS/100 miles in city and 33 kilowatts HRS/100 miles on the highway, equivalent to 105 mpg city and 102 mpg highway. The EPA rating for onboard energy efficiency for electric vehicles before 2010 was expressed as kilowatt-hour per 100 miles. Since November 2010, with the introduction of the Nissan Leaf and the Chevrolet Volt, EPA began using a new metric, miles per gallon gasoline equivalent. The Roadster was never officially rated by the EPA in mpge. In August 2007, Tesla Motors dynamometer testing of a validation prototype on the EPA combined cycle yielded a range of 221 mph using 149 Wh per kilometer battery-to-wheel and 209 Wh per kilometer plug-to-wheel. In February 2008, Tesla Motors reported improved plug-to-wheel efficiency after testing a validation prototype car at an EPA-certified location. Those tests yielded a range of 220 mph and a plug-to-wheel efficiency of 256 mpg, or 199 Wh per kilometer. In August 2008, Tesla Motors reported on testing with the new, single-speed gearbox and upgraded electronics of Powertrain 1.5, which yielded an EPA range of 244 mph and an EPA combined cycle, plug-to-wheel efficiency of 174 Wh per kilometer. 630 kJ per kilometer. In 2007, the Roadster's battery-to-wheel motor efficiency was reported as 88% to 90% on average and 80% at peak power. For comparison, internal combustion engines have a tank-to-wheel efficiency of about 15%. Taking a more complete picture including the cost of energy drawn from its source, Tesla reports that their technology, assuming electricity generated from natural gas burning power plants, has a high well-to-wheel efficiency of 1.14 km per megajoule, compared to 0.202 km per megajoule for gasoline-powered sports cars, 0.478 km per megajoule for gasoline-powered commuter cars, 0.556 km per megajoule for hybrid cars, and 0.348 km per megajoule for hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. Petroleum equivalent efficiency. The Roadster does not actually use gasoline. Therefore, petroleum efficiency cannot be measured directly but instead is calculated using one of several equivalent methods. A number comparable to the typical Monroney sticker's pump-to-wheel fuel efficiency can be calculated based on regulations from the DOE and its energy content for a U.S. gallon of gasoline of 33,705 or Wh-gal of gasoline. For CAFE regulatory purposes, the DOE's full petroleum equivalency equation combines the primary energy efficiencies of the USA electric grid and the well-to-pump path with a fuel content factor that quantifies the value of conservation, scarcity of fuels, and energy security in the USA. This combination yields a factor of 82,049 or Wh-gal in the above equation and a regulatory fuel efficiency of 293 mpg CAFE. Recharging with electricity from the average USA grid, the factor changes to 12,307 or Wh-gal as to remove the fuel content factor equals A1 or 0.15 and the above equation yields a full cycle energy equivalency of 44.0 mpg full cycle. For full cycle comparisons, the sticker or pump-to-wheel value from a gasoline-fueled vehicle must be multiplied by the fuel's well-to-pump efficiency. The DOE regulation specifies a well-to-pump efficiency of 83% for gasoline. The prior sticker 46 miles per U.S. gallon, for example, converts to a full cycle energy equivalent of 38.2 mg full cycle. Recharging with electricity generated by newer, 58% efficiency CCGT power plants, changes the factor to 21,763 Wh-gal in the above equation and yields a fuel efficiency of 77.7 mpg. Recharging with non-fossil fuel electricity sources such as hydroelectric, solar power, wind or nuclear, the petroleum equivalent efficiency can be even higher as fossil fuel is not directly used in refueling. Monetary cost offers another way to find an equivalent fuel efficiency. Tesla Motors reports an energy cost of approximately US 1.4 cent per mile when using PG&E's E9A rate plan cost of 5.294 cent per kilowatt-hour, which is available in the 2 U.S. states covered by PG&E. Comparison with a gasoline price of $4 per U.S. gallon, for instance, results in an equivalent of 270 mpg using the E9 rate or 123 mpg using the USA average residential electricity price of 11.6 cent per kilowatt-hour. Including the battery replacement cost at its warranty limit, the cost per mile increases and the equivalent miles per gallon are reduced. The time value of money, improving battery technology, and a €8% annual reduction in battery cost or lower the net present costs of battery replacement. These factors allow Tesla Motors to sell customers a replacement battery pack for $12,000 to be installed after the 7-year/70,000 miles lifespan of the original pack, resulting in a net battery cost of 17.1 cent per mile. Adding this to the electricity costs of 1.4 cent per mile above results in an overall cost equivalence of $4 per gallon or 18.5 cent per mile equals 21.5 mpg, which can be compared to conventional car ratings after transmission, engine, and other drivetrain replacement costs are factored into the MPG ratings for those cars. Reviews. Tesla Roadster reviews can be grouped in two main categories: older reviews of validation prototypes, before Tesla began serial production and customer deliveries, and reviews on cars in serial production. The global online auto review site AutoGuide.com tested Tesla's fourth-generation car in October 2010. AutoGuide editor Derek Kriendler said the Tesla Roadster 2.5S is a massively impressive vehicle, more spacecraft than sports car. Theories like global warming, peak oil and rising oil prices should no longer bring heart palpitations to car fans. the Tesla shows just how good zero emissions a Euro and a Euro technology can be. Quite frankly, getting into a normal car at the end of the test drive was a major letdown. The whir of the engine, the shove in the backside and the little roadster that seems to pivot around you is replaced by a grunting, belching, feedback-free driving experience. He continues on that, but for a $100,000 car, it could use some work, complaining of purposefully cheap work. In the March 2010 print edition of British Enthusiast magazine EVO, editor Richard Medden was the first to review the all-new right-hand drive version of the Roadster. He said the car had serious, instantaneous muscle. With so much torque from literally no revs, the acceleration punch is wholly alien. Away from traffic lights you'd murder anything, be it a 911 Turbo, GTL or 599, simply because while they have to mess about with balancing revs and clutch, or fiddle with launch controls and invalid warranties, all you have to do is floor the throttle and wave goodbye. In December 2009, Wall Street Journal editor Joseph White conducted an extended test drive and determined that you can have enormous fun within the legal speed limit as you wish around unsuspecting Camry drivers, zapping from 40 to 60 miles per hour in 2 seconds while the startled victims eat your electric dust. White, a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist, praised the car's environmental efficiency but said consumer demand reflected not the environmental attributes of the car but its performance. The Tesla turns the frugal environmentalist aesthetic on its head. Sure, it doesn't burn petroleum, and if plugged into a wind turbine or a nuclear plant, it would be a very low-carbon machine. But anyone who buys one will get the most satisfaction from smoking someone's doors off. The Tesla's message is that green technology can appeal to the id, not just the superego. In December 2009, Motor Trend was the first to independently confirm the Roadster Sport's reported 0 to 60 mph time of 3.7 seconds. Engineering editor Kim Reynolds called the acceleration breathtaking, and said the car confirms Tesla as an actual car company. Tesla is the first maker to crack the EV legitimacy barrier in a century. In November 2009, Automobile magazine West Coast editor Jason Camisar spent a week driving a production Tesla Roadster. Camisar was immediately impressed with the acceleration, saying the car explodes off the line, pulling like a small jet plane. It's like driving a Lamborghini with a big V12 revved over 6,000 RPMs at all times, waiting to pound €0 without the noise, vibration, or misdemeanor arrest for disturbing the peace. He also took the car to Infineon Raceway in Sonoma, California, and praised the car for its robustness, saying the Roadster wins the coolest car I've ever driven award. Why? Despite the flat-out sprints, the drag racing, the donuts, the top speed runs, and icing through traffic like there's a jetpack strapped to the trunk, Pacific Gas and Electrica Euro, which generated power for the Tesla Euro, released into the atmosphere the same amount of carbon dioxide as would a gasoline-powered car getting 99 mpg. And the Roadster didn't break. It didn't smoke, lock up, freeze, or experience flux capacitor failure. Over the past 10 decades, no company has been able to reinvent the car a Euro, not General Motors with the EV1, not Toyota with the Prius. And now, a bunch of dudes from Silicon Valley have created an electric car that really works a Euro as both an environmental fix and a speed fix. In 2009, the Tesla Roadster was one of the Scandinavian Sports Car of the Year participants, which is comparison made by Nordic car magazines Tekniken med Alma, Teknikens Varekurrency RLD and Bill Magazinet. They praised the torque of the car and the track car structure. Negative things were, for example, short battery life. The car had some problems: either the batteries or engine was overheating and they could not drive a full track lap at all in dry track conditions. In May 2009, car and driver technical editor Aaron Robinson wrote a review based on the first extended test drive of a production Tesla Roadster. Robinson had the car for nearly a week at his home. He complained of design anomalies, daily annoyances, absurd ergonomics, and ridiculous economics, and stated he never got to see if the car could go 240 miles on a single charge because of the torturous seating forced him to stop driving the car. He also complained of Tesla increasing the car prices on those who had already made deposits and charging extra for previously free necessary components. In February 2009, automotive critic Dan Neal of the Los Angeles Times called the production Tesla Roadster a superb piece of machinery, stiff, well-sorted, highly focused, dead sexy and eerily quick. Neal said he had the car for 24 hours but caned it like the Taliban caned Gillette salesman and it never even blinked. In February 2009, Road and Track tested another production vehicle and conducted the first independently verified metered testing of the Roadster. Engineering editor Dennis Simonitis said the testing confirmed what he called extravagant claims, that the Roadster had a 4.0s 0 to 60 mph acceleration and a 200-mile range. They said the Roadster felt like an over-ballasted Lotus Elise, but the weight was well distributed, so the car remained responsive. Fit and finish of our Tesla were exemplary, which Road and Track thought fit the target market. Overall, they considered it a delight to drive. Testing a pre-production car in early 2008, Road and Track said the Tesla feels composed and competent at speed with great turn-in and transitioning response, though they recommended against it as a primary grocery getter. In January 2009, automotive critic Warren Brown of The Washington Post called the production Roadster a head-turner, jaw-dropper. It is sexy as all get out. He described the feeling behind the wheel as, "Here. Drive a Tesla, even if you have to fly to Tesla's Menlo Park, California, headquarters, to get your hands on one for a day. If this is the future of the automobile, I want it." In a review of a Roadster prototype before the cars were in serial production, Motor Trend gave a generally favorable review in March 2008, stating that, "It was undeniably, unbelievably efficient, and would be profoundly humbling to just about any rumbling Ferrari or Porsche that makes the mistake of pulling up next to a silent, 105 mpg Tesla Roadster at a stoplight." However, they detected a nasty drivetrain buck during the test drive of an early Roadster with the older, two-speed transmission. In a July 8, 2007, review of a prototype Roadster, Jay Leno wrote, "If you like sports cars and you want to be green, this is the only way to go. The Tesla is a car that you can live with, drive and enjoy as a sports car. I had a brief drive in the car and it was quite impressive. This is an electric car that is fun to drive." In a November 27, 2006, review of a prototype Roadster in Slate, Paul Boughton wrote, "A week ago, I went for a spin in the fastest, most fun car I've ever ridden €9, and that includes the Aston Martin I tried to buy once. I was so excited, in fact, that I decided to take a few days to calm down before writing about it. Well, my waiting period is over, I'm thinking rationally, and I'm still unbelievably stoked about the Tesla." Top Gear controversy. In the autumn of 2008, Top Gear's Jeremy Clarkson reviewed two production Roadsters with a V1.5 transmission and described the driving experience with the exclamations "God Almighty. Wave goodbye to the world of dial-up, and say hello to the world of broadband motoring. And this car is biblically quick." When comparing the acceleration versus a Lotus Elise, Clarkson also noted, however, that the handling of the car was not as sharp as that of the Lotus Elise. Through the corners things are less rosy. The Stig recorded a time of 1:27.2 on a moist track, faster than a Nissan 370Z on a dry track but slower than a Porsche 911 C2S also on a damp track, and also slower than the Lotus Exige, Exige S and Evora. The segment also claimed that the car's batteries would run flat after 55 miles of heavy use on a track and showed the car being pushed off the track. Tesla Motors spokesperson responded with statements in blogs and to mainstream news organizations that the cars provided to Top Gear never had less than 20% charge and never experienced brake failure. In addition, neither car provided to Top Gear needed to be pushed off the track at any point. Finally, although Clarkson showed a limp windmill and complained that it would take countless hours to refuel the car using such a source of electricity, the car can be charged from a 240 V outlet in as little as 3.5 hours. After numerous blogs and several large news organizations began following the controversy, the BBC issued a statement saying the tested Tesla was filmed being pushed into the shed in order to show what would happen if the Roadster had run out of charge. Top Gear stands by the findings in this film and is content that it offers a fair representation of the Tesla's performance on the day it was tested, without addressing the other alleged misrepresentations that Tesla highlighted to the media. After several weeks of increasing pressure and inquiries from the BBC, Clarkson wrote a blog for The Times, acknowledging that inevitably, the film we had shot was a bit of a mess. There was a handful of shots of a silver car. Some of a grey car. But as a device for moving you and your things around, it is about as much use as a bag of muddy spinach. In the months that followed Clarkson's acknowledgement, the original episode including the misstatements rerun on BBC America and elsewhere without any editing, though the BBC is still looking into Top Gear's journalism standards, according to British media reports. On March 29, 2011, Tesla sued the program over libel and malicious falsehood, while simultaneously launching the website tesla-vs-topgear.com. The current position of Tesla is found on their webpage. In a blog post, producer Andy Willman has referred to Tesla's allegations as a crusade, and argued the truth value of Tesla's statements. On October 19, 2011, the High Court in London rejected Tesla's libel claim. Tesla appealed High Court's decision to the Court of Appeals, where a three-judge panel of Lords Justice upheld the lower court's decision, and ordered Tesla to pay the BBC's legal costs of £100,000. Awards, Index, Award 2007, Business Week, Best Product Design of 2007, The Co-Design, Forbes, Best Cars 2006, New Car That Best Lived Up to the Hype, Time, Best Inventions 2008 A Euro Transportation Invention, Time, Best Inventions 2006 A Euro Transportation Invention, Popular Mechanics, Breakthrough Awards 2006, Global Green USA, Product Industrial Design, Car Domain, People's Choice, Most Exciting 2007 Car Launch, 2009 Best Green Exotic, DuPont Registry, see also. Notes. References. External links, Tesla Motors website, Tesla Motors Club website, Tesla Motors list of media articles written about their product, Wired News: Batteries included first public review of the car. Tesla Sport Roadster, product review by Wired, Motor Trend, first drive of 2008 Tesla Roadster, Renew America Road Trip, America's first green, charity drive cross-country in an all-electric production sports car website, Tesla review by FutureCars.com, Tesla owner first drive in Chicago, how it works, the Tesla Roadster, Electrification 2.0 Tesla Model S, Tesla Roadster a Euro fastest electric vehicle via http www.carfinance247.co.uk